This is a video for the Barney Rubble Syndicate. Well guys, we took Barney down to Lexington, Kentucky to compete in the advanced division of the Kentucky Classic. This is sort of the first big advanced horse trial of the second part of the season. Barney was the very first horse to go, 8 a.m. on Friday morning. He warmed up like a champion. I had him going as well as I've ever had him going, and then unfortunately when you change rings and sort of go down the chute to the main competition ring, Barney gets very nervous and tight. As you can see there, he's sort of looking up at his friends in the warm-up. So the first part of this dressage test, I was hanging on for dear life. And then after we got through the trot work, he actually took a bit of a breath, relaxed a bit, and started delivering some of the great work. Now, Barney's been going really well. I feel like now that he's sort of established at this level, he's starting to understand the movements quite a lot better. The biggest challenge we've got is Barney's character. He's one talented animal, probably one of the most talented horses I've ever sat on. The hardest part that he's a wild man. He's nervous, he's anxious, he's always sort of looking around, and tension's our biggest challenge. Once we get the tension out of Barney, he's going to be very hard to beat. By saying that, the work we're getting here wasn't anywhere near the work that we were getting in the warm-up, but we still scored a 31. 31's not a bad score, but Barney will be very capable of getting in the mid-20s, no problem, once he takes a breath and relaxes. Barney was the very first horse to go at 8 a.m. I always sort of pre-ride him at these bigger competitions early in the morning. So unfortunately, I realised the sun doesn't even come up in Kentucky till about 6:45. So our pre-ride at 6 in the morning was in the dark, which was entertaining. About now in the test, I felt like Barney sort of took a bit of a moment to relax and stay chill. So we scored a 31.6. We were finished in 6th place after the dressage, which was pretty good. Obviously, Barney's capable of 10 points better, but it's sort of one of our better scores at this level. There was 25 horses in the class, and I sort of finished the test a little disappointed, just because in the warm-up I had him so relaxed and so soft and stretching, and I thought, you beauty, I finally cracked him. And then as soon as you sort of go to a new ring, he starts breathing fire. You'll see a fair bit of his cross-country and show jumping from the show. He was fabulous. The dressage and the cross-country was on Friday, so he had a pretty busy Friday with a dressage test and the cross-country. And you can see there the flying changes are getting better and better. The cross-country that you see in the minute was fantastic. The ground in Kentucky, that it looked like a desert. Unfortunately, Lexington hasn't seen any rain for a month, and the event organisers did a fair job at aerating and irrigating and watering the course. It was still rock hard, to be honest. So I sort of just cantered around. I'm still a little bit worried about Barney's foot. If you remember in our last video, he had a bit of a problem with his had an abscess in his foot, and he's lost a little bit of his hoof wall. It's getting better, it's healing up, and he hasn't taken a lame step, but still trying to take care of him. This was sort of one of our lead-up events as we head towards our major goal, which is going to be Malvern Park 4-star long in October. Barney's next start is going to be the Plantation 4-star short up here, not far from me. So that's going to be on September 19, 20, and 21. That'll be a big track for Barney, and then we head to Malvern Park on October 9th and 12th for the 4-star long. So all in all, it was a decent test, but it could have been a lot better. But it's been a lot worse too. So we got bits and pieces of Barney's course here. As I said before, the ground was very, very hard. I sort of let him gallop on a little bit. It was kind of nice actually going around the horse park. Obviously, usually when I compete here, it's the big 5-star in the spring. The good news is they sort of put us through some of the jumps that Barney's going to experience in the future at the 5-star. So we got to jump the coffin and the 2 big waters, and Barney's turned into a fantastic cross-country horse. He is a galloping machine, and he's brave as a lion. So we went around the cross-country course cautiously, but sort of held our 6th position just because there were some horses that went faster, but then other horses, there was a few run-outs and stops and a few fallers just because it was quite a challenging track. Barney pulled up good and healthy. We iced his legs a few times, and then Saturday morning he pranced out of the stall very sound and healthy, and with the very first horse to jump again at 8 a.m. in the morning for the show jumping. Last week Peter Wild came to our farm on Monday and gave us a hand jumping him. I'll stick a bit of his jumping training at the end of this video from Monday. I was very grateful as well. Karen Scheider and Leslie Law were at the farm Tuesday and Wednesday with Christoph Hess, the dressage trainer. And actually Karen, Oliver's sort of coach, Oliver Townend's coach and mentor, helped me a lot with Barney, and she was really, really good actually. She gave me a lot of good pointers and tips for our training, so it was good having an extra set of eyes on Barney. So Barney will recover well. We'll give him probably a good gallop at the end of this week coming up, and then I wouldn't mind taking him to a dressage show if I could figure one out that suits our schedule, and potentially again another show jumping show. But at the moment we're in good shape. I think we're going to be very, very competitive at Malvern Park, and very, very excited, especially for next year with Barney when we start doing the 5-stars. But we're in great shape, guys. Check out his video from our training with Peter on Monday. But I couldn't be happier. We finished in 5th place out of 25 horses in the advanced division in Kentucky.
On the first course.